3D boxing here with the Hunter, Eddie Ortiz, middleweight prospect. How's it going, Eddie?
Good, man. Good.
It's good to be back here in San Antonio. So tell me, how'd you deal with that snowstorm? Y'all ain't used to that in San Antonio.
I mean, I lived through one in Philadelphia when I was training out there, and in Finland, Helsinki. So, I mean, I knew what it was going to be like. People thought, like, oh, snow's cool. We haven't seen it here in San Antonio. But I knew the mess it brought. Like, the following days, I told my girl, she was, like, super excited. And I was like, yo, it's not that fun. Like, wait, it's going to be fun while it lasts, but the next couple of days ain't going to be that fun.
I forgot that you spent time in Philadelphia. They didn't show any love there on the scorecards. You had to settle for draws and fight you clearly.
I know. They did show love. So the people in Philadelphia were showing love. Like, I have clips of videos where I'm clocking the dudes and like the whole crowd's going crazy and they love me, but it is what it is. The politics of boxing, right?
With everything that's been going on, we haven't got to see you back in Texas, where San Antonio and Austin, you've made a home here. When are we going to see you back in San Antonio? Or in Texas, period?
Hopefully soon. I know Cam is talking about going some more fights again as soon as we're able to open up a little more, which I feel like it will be very soon with all the vaccines going around. So thankful for scientists and medical system, all the people that work in the medical care system. We appreciate you all.
My favorite scientists are the sweet scientists. Tell us what you got going on. When are you going to be back in the ring?
Hopefully April. Hopefully down in Mexico. Just kind of stay busy, really. I don't want any just a guy I know I'm going to beat. I want them to kind of match me pretty well, especially coming off the loss that I came off of. I just can't wait to get back in there, man. Like it took a lot of pressure off me, like that I was putting on myself, and that I was feeling that I was putting on myself. So I just want to get back in there, man, and prove my wrong right, you know. So
I want to talk. You've been matched pretty tough your whole career. You never really taken too many easy fights, too many soft touches. That was my next one. Are you going to jump back into it, or are you looking to take a tune-up fight to sharpen up?
I want to jump right back into it. Whoever they're, you know what, to be honest with you, I don't care. Like, I've gotten back to what I've been doing prior to all of this. Like, I'm thankful that Cam's giving me all this. I'm thankful that I have it easy and just being able to train, but that's not me. So I got back to working just to stay busy, like to keep my mind and stay hungry. Like, really it makes me hungry because I don't like to work. I'd rather just box. So whenever I'm done working, it's like, oh, I can't wait to get in the gym. Whereas prior to that, I was making gym work because I was like, man, I got to get up and go to the gym. I was becoming real lazy. So I don't care, man. Whoever they want to put in front of me, I don't give a shit. I'm going to knock them out. I'm going to beat them up. Whatever I got to do to win.
That's always been your mentality. Like I said, I've seen most of your fights over the last couple of years. You've never taken easy fights. You've never picked and dodged opponents. So the setback, that doesn't change anything. The mission is still the same?
Yeah, the mission's still the same, man. I've taken bigger losses in life. One L ain't going to stop me. I've taken L's in the amateurs coming up, so it's part of the game. It's part of the game. And if you can't take an L the way you take a W, then you're not meant for this, you know, so.
I talked to you a couple of years ago. You said you could fight at 54, 60, and 68. Is 60 still your best weight? Is that the weight you're going to be going forward at?
Nah, so I thought I was going to be, I can make 54, I can make 60. It's just hard, man. Like, 60's hard. I know the Alamo City fight night when I won, or when I defended the WBC US NBC belt, when I defended that, I had to get IVs after the weigh-ins because I was so drained out.
That was at 60?
Yeah, that was at 60. So we're actually moving up. So I told my management, I'll fight anybody at 68, 75, and possibly cruiser if it's the right opponent.
I was looking, you look like you bulked up a little bit. You look a little heavier. What do you?
I finally filled in. I let my body fill in. I let my body rest.
Is that just natural? I mean, that's just your grown man strength?
Yeah. Natural, brother. Natural, man. So, the thing is that I think I was holding my body back a little bit, physiological wise. Like, I was having to stay on a diet year round to make 160. Now it's whereas, like, yeah, I'm still eating clean, but I'm eating what I want, as much as I want, and I just feel stronger, better, faster. So I think I top the scale at right now 195 solid, like every morning. So I think 175, 168 would be perfect because I can make that. But yeah, I mean, I fought the amateurs at 78, light heavyweight, so it's not anything new, you know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so I was able to compete with. I mean, I won national titles at that weight, so.
You got the height in the reach for it, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
No, it looks like you filled in. Yeah. So it's 168 and 175 now?
Yeah, so I think the one in April, I told them 68 or 75. I said leaning more towards the 75 just because it's my first fight back. Not really I haven't been off that long, but first fight coming to this year, coming down from 195, I said 75 would be perfect. And why not? You know what I mean? Like there's so many big names at 75 as well as 68. So I feel like 68 is real jam-packed and a lot of the fights are tied up. To whereas like we already know who's gonna have to fight who.
Yeah.
75 is kind of wide open. Like you got Joe Smith, you got Beterbiev,
yeah.
But those guys need fights because everybody's scared to fight them. Well, you know that's kind of perfect, you know.
And most of those guys are come forward pressure fighters. You're more of a southpaw, slickster, skillster. How does your skills match up with those kind of brute force kind of guys? Like you'd obviously have a skill and speed advantage over, say, Joe Smith Jr. But he's naturally a bigger
strong.
guy.
He's big and strong, man. Those dudes can hit too. You know, there's no doubt in that, no denying that. But I think the number one thing with that is just being like the way I was in the amateurs, being faster, outworking them. Because I feel like those guys, they come down from 200, 215, whatever the weight they're at. Well, I'm really walking around at what they're fighting at, so I'm able to maintain a higher work rate. And I think that is what got me my national titles, my international win in Helsinki was just my work rate, being able to outwork my opponents. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work towards. So I think personally, my skills, my speed, and then of course my work rate I can compete with any of those guys.
The skills, I said you could win rounds against anyone. You could sit back and outbox anyone.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need to change going up to a higher weight class?
Anything I can change?
Anything that you need to change? Anything? Say, okay, I'm fighting bigger guys. I can't do this anymore. I need to do this.
I think just filling into the weight category a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like I've started lifting again, just to kind of maintain that size, strong, solid size. That's pretty much it, man. I don't think changing my game is gonna help anything really at this point, just because my game is good. I mean, we saw it at 160. I fought and beat dudes that had more of a record than I had.
You were moved up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, you can name them Ortiz, and I beat undefeated. I fought dudes on PBC that nobody wanted to fight, like this last guy that I fought. So, yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think necessarily change anything. We just add to it. Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, we got two Texans coming up in my neck of the woods in Fort Worth in April. I mean, it's in March. Virgil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker. Who do you got and why?
Virgil, because he's from Texas.
They're both from Texas.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, you're right. Maurice Hooker is from Texas, right? I still say Virgil, just because my boy Hector is part of our GPA, and that's it. So why not?
Virgil's a monster offensively.
Yeah. But I mean, Maurice Hooker can box though, and he's long, he's tall, he's rangy.
So there's a bunch of you. There's two world champions in San Antonio, Josh Franco, Mario Barrios. There's a bunch of guys on the come up. You, Henry, Bam, Rodriguez, Benjamin, and a lot of you grew up together. You guys keep yourself motivated? Is it like, it's an individual sport, but is there a teammate mentality where you guys keep pushing each other?
Yeah, San Antonio versus everybody.
Hector Tanahara, of course.
Yeah, San Antonio versus everybody. Like, being able to see them come from where they came from, like, I was always, I mean, Ben's older than me, but I was always the older one, like, coming up with Hector and Josh and seeing Mario in the gym. So, same with Ben, I'm sure he feels the same way about them. But even Henry here, like, seeing all of them do something with the sport and at least, let it provide for their family, that's a blessing in itself. I mean, it motivates me that much more. I mean, we're going to have another world champion. Bam's going to be another world champion for sure, without a doubt. So, San Antonio's on the come up.
Robert Garcia and Virgil both told me the same thing, that Bam is the best guy in that camp. And that's a heck of a camp.
Yeah.
What's the limit for him? How good is he? I mean, you've seen him work out. You've been around. How good is Bam Rodriguez?
Bam is the next world champion, probably unified, and he'd definitely go down in the San Antonio Hall of Fame. And he could be a Hall of Famer, if not at least somebody that's talked about for years to come. 2 world champions in one family.
Yeah. Shout out to Pops, right?
That's crazy. So the crazy thing is when we won state, it was me, Hector, Josh that won state together from San Antonio, Golden Gloves in 2014. I told you, I was just like, bro, you're my favorite fighter from Texas. That dude used to just go at people and just destroy them. So I was like, bro, now to see him do that, like in the pros, like it's crazy, man.
At a high level now too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
all these guys, like Henry too. Henry be destroying people. Like his last fight too, man. I thought he won. It is what it is, right? But
everybody thought Henry won. Even the announcer thought he won.
Yeah, big balls and a big dick, man. That boy's coming at that fool, man. So it's cool, but I think all San Antonio's just on the come up, man. If we could just get the city behind us now, like I feel like there's still a lot of jealousy and envy for sure. So if the city could just come together and like we don't have anything else, like what else do we have? The Spurs and the Missions, like come on, man. Like we got individuals like myself and Hector and Josh and Henry and all these other people that are willing to, you know, go out and actually support whatever it is you got going on for yourself. Like, why not support us? Like, we can do something for the city and bring back something big here. But a lot of people ain't really into that. They want it all for themselves. They're a lot of selfish people. So for me, if I can boost any kind of platform for the boxers here that are coming up, young kids, the pros now, like Hector and Josh, and all these guys, you know what I mean? Mario, Ben, Henry, anybody, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna support as much as I can because we all we got at the end of the day.
And Hector's got a fight coming up in a couple weeks too, right?
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico?
Yeah. Good fight too, man. Good fight.
Fighting
He's ready though. I talk to him every day. I mean, he's in the.
Is he overlooked? Is there? I talked to his manager, Rick Morangan, and there's Teofimo Lopez, there's Ryan Garcia, there's all these internet stars. Is Hector overlooked in that division? Can he outbox any of those guys?
Yeah.
I think so too.
To me, I've never seen somebody. It's like an art when Hector's in that ring, man. I don't know why he's just so technically sound. I've never, even like we sparred right before my last fight. We sparred a little bit, like a few rounds, just tech sparring. And I mean, the things he does in there is just crazy, man.
I talked to Clay Burns, who fought him and Devin Haney, and I asked him who was sharper, and he said without hesitation, Hector Tanahara. Yeah.
That's what they call him, finito.
That's right.
It's like fine line, baby. But yeah.
Tell everyone where you'll be back in the ring and where they can find you on social media.
We're looking at April, the first week. Is it first week of April? First week of April is what we're looking at down in Mexico. I hope it's not just a slouch. I just kind of want to get back in the ring, man. Instead, this year I want to stay busy as much as I can. So whatever opportunities they call, I already told Cam, whoever, it doesn't matter. Just say yes, and I'll take whatever pay too because I just want to fight, man. It's not about the money for me. You can find me on the Hunter Ortiz, at the Hunter Ortiz on Instagram. On Facebook, I think it's Eddie the Hunter Ortiz, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty much it, man. You can call me if you want. If you got my number.
God bless. Hunting season has returned.